Well, it's tax time again. It's only a few days left to 30th of June, and you're probably wondering, what can you do now to be able to maximize your tax refund, right? Or if you are an investor or business owner, you're probably thinking, oh, how can you legally reduce your tax so you don't have to pay too much tax, or get the tax that you already paid to the tax office to get more back. Time is running out. It's not much time left, but there is something that you can do right now to be able to get yourself organized. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some tips, some tax tips, that what you can do now before 30th of June in order for you to be able to minimize your tax and maximize your tax refund and have more money in your pocket. So my name is Eng Sivieng, and I'm the CEO of TMS Tax Accounting and Financial Services Firm. We are a CPA and registered tax agent firm. So we help individuals, investors, moms and dads, and business owners to help them to legally reduce their tax, protecting their assets, build up their wealth, and have more money in the bank account, have a good, better lifestyles, and most important thing is to have that peace of mind. We protect you. We help you to comply with the tax law, use the tax law to your advantage, to help you to legally reduce your tax, and so you don't have to pay more tax than you should. Let me just explain to you the Australian tax system. The Australian tax system is a self-assessment. That means like you can do your own tax returns and claim whatever that you want and lodge the tax return. Then the tax office will just accept it, and if you claim a lot of expenses, then you get a lot of tax refund. If the tax office don't check on you, normally they will pay you the tax refund first, and then they will check on you later, and then you have to be able to prove it. If you cannot prove it, they will not just disallow the deduction, they will also penalize you as well, and the penalty is very heavy. It can start from 25% to 90% if you don't know that you intentionally avoiding or evasion of tax. So it's very important that you comply with the law and do the right thing.
There are ways to minimize tax, so long as it's done lawfully. Visit the ATO at ato.gov.au.
Let me just explain to you the formula, how the tax system works, okay? I know you might understand already, but it's very important to know this formula. If you understand this formula, then you know how to legally reduce your tax and get more tax refund. The tax system, how we calculate how much tax that you have to pay, it depending on like how much income that you earn during the year. So the formula is very simple. It's like all your assessable income less your allowable deduction, which is in here, I'll just say less expenses, then that will equal to your taxable income. And then when we know your taxable income, then we work out how much tax is payable on that taxable income. And then we less all the tax offsets it's available, and plus the Medicare levy, and less all the tax that you already pay to the tax office. So if you are an employee, you've been paying tax as you go, so we call it PAYG withholding. But if you are a business owner or investor, you probably be paying the PAYG installments. So this is all sort of like a credit, the tax that you already paid. So we take that out, and then it comes like, if the money that you pay to the tax office, it's more than what you're supposed to pay, then the tax office will refund you the money. But if it's not enough, then you have to pay them. If you understand this formula, then you understand what you should do to be able to minimize your tax. If you earn a lot of income during the year, if you are an employee, then it's quite hard to reduce it. The only way that you might be able to reduce your income is like, for example, you know that you're going to receive some bonus from the employer is going to pay out the bonus. You can tell the employer upfront that you want to sacrifice that amount into super. If you do that, then it will not count into your wages, then therefore the withholding tax, the tax on your wages will be reduced. It really depending on whether you're an employee, an investor or business owner. So in Australia, if you are an employee, there's a limitations of what you can claim and what you can do. But if you're an investor or business owner, then you have a lot of room to move. We have so many strategies to help you to reduce your tax legally. Basically what I've been saying a lot of time is like tax is just like a game. You have to understand the law, the regulation, and you have to know how to play this game. Just like a game of tennis, like if you know the game well, like you know what you can do, what you can't do, you can, you can hit high, you can hit low, you can hit whichever way you want, as long as you don't go over that box, right? Trying to win the game. So it's just like a tax game as well. So you have to understand the tax law. Where we're here is to help you, to protect you, to comply with the tax law, to use the what is available and what you are entitled to do to help you to minimize that tax, and so you have more money in your pockets. If you're an employee, then it depending on your occupation as well, what you can claim and what you can't claim. And if you would like that checklist, like what, for example, if you're a nurse, if you're an engineer, if you are a dentist, whatever, and if you want to know like what sort of work-related expenses that I can claim, then feel free to email us, and I'm happy to send you the checklist, okay? You will receiving your payment summary in July, but what I suggest you to do is like sometimes the payments, because we prepare payment summary for our client as well, and so I understand that sometimes the payment summary can be a mistake. Hopefully you keep all your payslip. I have clients, when they came and did the tax return with us, they found out that the tax that they pay on their wages is not enough. I say, can you go back and add up all your payslip? Maybe there's a mistake there. And she actually really good. She keep all her record really well. So she went back and add up all her payslip, and she found out that the tax withhold from her payslip is different from her payment summary. So she went back to the employer and asked them why is it different, and they actually apologized to her that they make the mistake, because this is very important, because if the payment summary is wrong, then it will affecting your your tax refund. So the first thing I want you to do is like get all your payslip together, add it all up from 1st July to 30th of June, compare to the payment summary that you receive. You will, if there's no difference, then that's good. But if there is a difference, then I suggest you to go back to your employer, check that out. As an investor or business owner, then there's a way to do it. That things that you can claim would be like car expenses, travel, clothing, self-education, home office expense and donations, and maybe you borrow money for investment, interest or dividends, expense, taxation fee, income protections. So basically it's quite limited.